Life Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with that other team here in the metropolitan area, the New York Giants. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Both are inside. Check.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold, a screen to Bell. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Let him know.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Open man is Anderson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Manning. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fielded at the 20. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Here we go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tight right. You got 3 down.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa. 72 yards. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
From the gun on third down, Manning. And Tate's got it. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Giants first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just
To throw is Manning. Forced out to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, 63 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Jets offense ready to go in this battle in New York.
He's not going to get me. Watch the
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
We're going to start. 57 to Mike. Army.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now Darnold sliding out of the pocket. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kareem Martin. Able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it will be 4th down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here comes Peppers. Escapes the defender. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 30 base. It's just me and you. Be careful.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, 35 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with 2 guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Off of play action, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Darnold now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Faking the give, Darnold. Looking up over the middle with Herndon. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 42. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A first down throw, Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So we've reached halftime with a visiting Giants, I guess you could say, on top of the Jets in this New York rivalry. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in hell.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Rip left, rip left.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a second.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in. But the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning. And he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington. But they love the big.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
We go! 60 or.
Yeah, let's get second.
On 2nd and 9, Manning finds his tight end Ingram. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. Rock it. Switch up. Kill.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Jets offense ready to go in this battle of New York. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. A play fake, and it's Darnold rolling to his right. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 16 yards, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it with Bell. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. They got the ball to the outer third of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They give it off here to the tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to fourth down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run it with Bell. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
He's checking.
They get it to him running left. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Now Darnold. This will be caught just inside the 10. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
They'll go for it with Bell. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Le'Veon Bell unable to get in. And the Giants are close to finishing off this football game. The other New York offense getting ready for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
2nd and 7 at the 5-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's see what you got.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.